right to you, right? Okay. Uh, I'm a huge Snuffbox fan. I love all the sketches. The Conehead sketch is great. It's Pat is one of my favorites. Head Wound Harry, like all. I'm a huge fan of. I don't even know their names, but I like the black guy. He's really funny, and they just do really great stuff on the show. Like the musical guests are always top notch, and I just think that, what I think I love about the show the most is that you feel it's live every week. It's just feeling the energy is always there, and it's topical and it's funny, and that's what I think I love most about Snuffbox is just knowing like anything can happen, and in that for that 2 hours, all bets are off.
I think a lot of people in England don't understand why Rich Fulcher works more there than here. People there might not be aware that he was essentially hounded out of America. Is extraordinarily unpopular, makes people angry. There's just something about Rich Fulcher that makes Americans very, very angry and have a violent reaction to, I don't know if it's his voice or the way that he looks. There's just a visceral kind of blood-boiling quality to him. When he's here in the States, he gets punched a lot. Just talking, just asking questions. There's something about him that just makes you want to hurt him. Apparently that's not the case in England. So in England, people can listen to that voice and look at that face and that body somehow and appreciate it on its merits in some way. Over here, not the case. So I think that's probably why Snuffbox hasn't caught on in the United States, because of just total, complete disgust and hatred for Rich Fulcher that exists amongst Americans. He is, in some way, a challenge to our freedoms here in America, which never goes over well. There's something about him. There is an oppressiveness to his entire being that just makes us chafe. And I'm speaking for all of America here, as I often do, and I feel that I have a right to, having grown up here and served my district in Congress, in the Congress of my mind. But anyway, yeah, I think that's why it's just a hatred for Fulcher. It makes me feel terrible for Matt Berry, because I think people here probably like him a lot, but there's no way to watch Snuffbox without occasionally catching a glimpse of Fulcher, and that's, from my understanding, that's one of the things that you guys are doing with this DVD is you're for the American audience, sort of finding a way to cut Fulcher out of everything and just have it be the Matt Berry segments. Yeah, Berry Snuffbox. Not only is that a good idea, but it's literally the only way it could ever work in the United States. You'd want to cut them out altogether. You might want to, through technology and green screen type nonsense that goes on in show business, put another actor in there doing his dialogue. That runs into money, but there are a lot of people who would do it. I would do it. I'd be more than happy to work with Matt Berry, even through the time-space continuum, if you will. I'd be doing it now. He would have done it some time in the past. But I'd be more than happy to do that, and I think it would help you be because I'm very popular in America. I don't know what it is about me. I just sort of confirm Americans' best feelings about themselves just through my sunny optimism. A lot of people have described me as Reagan-esque, and I take that as a huge compliment. When you watch me work, whether it's an Eastbound and Down or a Yogi Bear or pretty much just those two projects. When you watch me work, it's Morning in America. So I think this is a great idea and we should move on it now. Get Fulcher out of the DVD, green screen me in, and just start cashing checks.
If you ever want to have your brain completely melted into a warm pile of mush, you should watch every episode of Snuffbox back to back, and that should do the trick.
Oh, hi, I didn't see you there looking at me. I'm America's Steve Agee. Hello. You know, not only am I a huge fan of the show Snuffbox, I'm also very good friends with the two stars, Matt Binkley and Rich Fumbler. I've seen every episode hundreds of times, so I'm kind of an expert, and I have a lot of Snuffbox trivia that I'm going to share with you now. I'm going to share it with you now. Get ready to share it. Here it comes. Snuffbox fun fact number 1. Snuffbox was based on a German sketch show titled Ich bin ein Assholes. Snuffbox fun fact number 2. Snuffbox comes from the Latin phrase Snuffulus Baraxis, which translates to, "Hey Dad, watch me climb this tree." Snuffbox fun fact number 3. Matt is legally blind in all 3 of his eyeballs. Snuffbox fun fact number 4. Rich was once kicked out of Iceland for raping a Bible. Ew. Snuffbox fun fact number 5. Cancer. Cancer. Cancer! Well, that's literally all the Snuffbox trivia there is. I hope you found it as interesting as I found it delicious. Come back again. Thank you very much. Bye.
Hi, my name is Janene Garofolo. Some of you might remember me from the 90s. The 1990s were such a wonderful time for me in my career. It was just full of possibilities and opportunities, many of which have since dried up or ceased to be altogether. And I have several theories about why that might have happened. Ageism, gender bias, poor representation, shifting demographics, new technologies, my political activism, my love-hate relationship with methamphetamines, false narratives about how I'm difficult to work with. But much like a game of Chinese telephone, it's all a bunch of bullshit. But 2 things that have remained consistent over the years for me is 1, my love of great comedy, and 2, my steadfast refusal to strengthen my core. Right here. Right here. Loose meat. It's just loose meat in the midsection, so take that, Hollywood. And I have a very weak lower back and discs that are prone to herniation. So who's laughing now, Washington? I am. Because Matt Berry and Rich Fulcher are so very funny and so talented, and Snuffbox is so wonderful. And beyond that, that Rich Fulcher, a man who has Tourette's syndrome, has managed to thrive in London anyway, not so much in the States, but he has not allowed his disability of Tourette's to hinder his foray into comedy. In fact, he's utilized the extreme profanity and placed it into a comedy sketch format, and it's worked out pretty well, in England anyway. But Matt Berry, whose voice is like a gift from the gods. I don't have any gods or masters personally. I am an atheist ever since. I was raised very religious, but I have always questioned it. I've been intellectually curious in that area, and I went to Catholic school and all of it, and then by the time I was about 28, I just decided, you know what, I'm not even going to say I'm agnostic anymore, because agnostic to me is sort of cowardly, where you're sort of hedging your bets. So I just decided I'm going to go full bore. I am an atheist, but if you do have a deity, I would say that the tone and timbre of Matt Berry's voice is almost a gift. That was my point. That his gift is the sound of his voice, and also that he's quite funny. And in Snuffbox, I love the idea of the family business of hangmen, and then both Matt and Rich's characters are then going on to be, I guess, employed by the state hangmen. I enjoy it. I think it's funny. I also like the idea of time travel through the portal of the bathroom in the gentleman's club. I think it's very clever and it's very interesting, and I like it. I also love the music and the singing, and I think Matt Berry did a wonderful Denny Darty impression in the Mamas and Papas thing. And then there's, of course, Rich Fulcher's Tourette's syndrome. And it's just so encouraging, because you just have to say, ultimately, Rich Fulcher has Tourette's, but Tourette's doesn't have Rich Fulcher. Also, I would love to see at one point, perhaps Rich Fulcher work with a wonderful comedian named Marilyn Ricecup. You may know her as Chloe O'Brien from 24, among other things, and another wonderful comedian named Dave Hill, who I feel the three of them should play sort of a family who's down on their luck and they're squatting in a foreclosed house. Also, I'd like to apologize for the amateurish look of this film, but Dave Hill's shooting it.
Sorry.
I wonder if Dave Hill, it's okay, Dave. I wonder, hey, Dave, would you be interested in doing something with Rich Fulcher and maybe Marilyn Ricecup?
Yeah, I would love that.
Can we get that on tape so in case they need to hold you to that?
Yeah, I would love that.
So you'd like to play maybe a sibling of Rich's along with, okay.
I would like to play Rich Fulcher.
Okay. Without the Tourette syndrome.
Yeah.
And Matt Berry, who also I am a longtime fan of from Garth Marenghi's Dark Place, so I have absolutely been head over heels in comedy crush. I don't know, that sounds like a immature word. And I wish I had the abilities that Matt has displayed that I have seen. I'm sure he's done way more things. I've just only been lucky enough to see Garth Marenghi's Dark Place and Mighty Boosh and the IT Crowd, which I have to admit I don't really get. I think I'm missing the joke there. I know Richard Ayoade is in that as well. And Graham Linehan, I like you very much. You're a very nice guy. I've worked with you before, and I think you're lovely. But I don't know if the IT Crowd is my cup of tea. But Matt Berry makes me laugh on it. And speaking of other British comedy shows I'm not getting, Not Going Out, I think it's called, Not Going Out. I don't understand that, and I believe it's won awards. Coupling. Now, I realize American television has a lot of crap, but right now, for the purposes of this, I'm just talking about an Ant and Dec, which I believe are the United Kingdom sweethearts. I know everyone loves those two. They're a comedy duo of some kind. I don't know. I'm not getting it. Not getting that. Not getting that. No offense to anyone, to the monarchy or anything, because I love the Anglo-American meeting of the minds of Matt Berry and Rich Fulcher with his use of profanity, which, like I say, could be distracting, could be jarring, but he takes his disability and he shows that, people with disabilities can do almost anything. Most of the things they can't, but they can, they can do some stuff. I don't know, but I just wanted to say I'm so sorry for the amateur nature of this testimonial, and you can, of course, cut around it or cut or not show it. But Dave Hill is shooting it. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Now I'm just running off at the mouth, but you can fix this in post if you even get it. I'm not sure how to use the email, but in summation, to recap, Snuff Box, fantastic, love it, creative, interesting, catchy tunes. Matt Berry, unbelievably funny and talented. Rich Fulcher, overcoming a disability. And will hopefully one day work with Dave Hill and Marilyn Ricecup on something. My name is Janene Garofolo, and it was wonderful to spend. Oh, and I forgot to mention that Matt Berry, when I did get the chance to meet him, which was a delight, he did wear, I believe, a neckerchief or an ascot or some type of neckwear, which is bold, very, very bold. Like I was assuming it was just a choice he made for television that he would wear that, but I met him and during the day in a professional setting, and he had a neckerchief on, and that's something. That's really something. Anyway, thank you so much for doing Snuffbox. Thank you for allowing me to do this testimonial that may or may not be utilized in some capacity, and I appreciate it. And goodbye. I don't know how to end it.